All right, good evening, guys. Today's daily math question, Toby created a map of his neighborhood. When he drew the map, he noticed his house, his friend's house, and the playground formed a right triangle. So here's the map, and here's the diagram shown in the right triangle. Which expression represents the distance in inches between Toby's friend's house and the playground? We've got 4 different expressions here. So in terms of keywords, I would say right triangle, the diagram itself, which expression represents the distance in inches, and then the find piece here is between his friend's house and the playground. So I would say then it would be important to say that his friend's house and the playground are keywords, along with the measurements given to us in the diagram, and then of course the answer choices. Red flags then, places where I need to be sure that I pay attention, would be the fact that both of these measurements are already in inches, and that's how they ask us for the answer. Right triangle. And then again, I would say between Toby's friend's house and the playground. I would then say it's really important to notice that all of the answer choices are inside of radicals. So I know this is not a fully solved Pythagorean theorem problem. Okay? So again, if you see any other keywords with regard to the problem or red flags, I would really like to see your feedback in Google Classroom, and we can discuss it there. As far as skills needed, I need to be familiar with right triangles. I need to be familiar with Pythagorean theorem. I need to know the difference between a leg and a hypotenuse. And that would be about it. So for a strategy, I'm going to study the diagram. Then I'm going to write Pythagorean theorem. I'm going to plug in what I know. And solve for the unknown. As I study the diagram again, I noticed that the distance that I'm being asked to solve for involves a leg of the triangle and not the hypotenuse. So as I write Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, I'm going to plug in 1 2/10 inches in place of a leg length. I'm solving for the other leg length. And remember here, it does not matter which leg length you choose to have as the one you're solving for. And then 2 5/10 inches squared. So to solve this then, I see that I either have 2 5/10 and 1 5/10, or 2 5/10 squared and 1 5/10 squared in my answer choices. So I don't even have to do the squaring here so much as to see that b squared is going to be equal to 2 5/10 squared minus 1 2/10 squared. And then to get b, I'm going to take the square root of those things. And then I see that that matches answer choice P. So the other strategy, that the piece I would put back into the strategy, is to look at my answer choices with each step of the problem. That's what I was doing as I looked it over, and noticed here that when I stop, that b is going to be equal to the square root of 2 5/10 squared minus 1 5/10 squared, and that gives us answer choice P. Some common mistakes would be plugging in the hypotenuse for the leg. Would be a multiplication error if you think you have to do that. Or that I had forgotten Pythagorean theorem. On a level of 1 to 5, rating your understanding to show how strong you feel about your ability to solve and to answer a question like this one. I know that Tea and Ready is canceled for us this year, but I just want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that as I've seen my sophomore do his geometry homework, Pythagorean theorem has come up several different times. And I want to encourage you that this is a skill that you will need to take with you moving forward into high school. Hope you guys had a wonderful day, and I'll be back tonight with what I said I would do yesterday. I'm sorry, and I'll actually do 2 of these pages this evening. Okay? See you in a little bit.